up, guys? This is Big Boss from Cinch Gaming, and here we are with J.W. Cortes in the Aguada Comic Fest. How have you been? How has it been in the Aguada Comic Fest, and how has Puerto Rico been to you?
Number one, it's been like coming home to family. Mis padres son de Moca, Aguadilla. They're from Moca, which is a nearby town here, near Aguada. So I've been here many times as a child, and to come back now as an actor from a popular TV series, it's the best of both worlds. And it's been like, just a family and a lot of love and mucho cariño. And this is my first Comic-Con as well, so I couldn't really think of a better way to start off my Comic-Con career, if you would, than to have it here in Puerto Rico as well as in Aguada, so close to my hometown.
That is amazing. So I have a few questions for you.
Yes.
So my question to you is, how was the transition from you being a musical artist and serving the army to becoming an actor? How was that transition for you?
Yeah, so I did some musicals in high school, and I really enjoyed it. I would even sing on the subways of New York City. And so I knew that I had a passion for it, but unfortunately my life at home was a bit unstable. So I joined the Marine Corps, actually, and I spent what I thought was going to be a couple years turned into almost 13. And it wasn't until I was in the middle of Iraq that I decided, number one, I wasn't ready to die. Number two, there was a kid inside of me that still had these dreams of acting and singing. So it took me going to Iraq to wake me up, to say, look, life is short. If you have dreams, the best time to pursue your dreams is now, today. And I kept putting it off for so many years. So when I came back from the war, I wasn't sure what I was doing. I didn't even know what a headshot was. I didn't know how to audition. I didn't know anything. But what I did know is that I had a lot of discipline in me that came from the military. I knew what it is to work hard at something, to not give up. And I found that a lot of that, what I learned in the Marine Corps, has translated into my acting career. Not as an actor, but as a human being that wants to achieve something despite all the difficulties that come with trying to achieve, an acting career.
Oh, that's really great. And thank you for your servicing in the Marine Corps. So my other question is, did you always visualize yourself to finish off as an actor when you were in the Marines?
Never in my wildest dreams did I think I would go from the Marine Corps to working on a popular show like Gotham. I didn't know if it was possible, but I had always dreamt that way. I always said, man, me gustaría un día hacer eso. Creo que lo puedo hacer, llegar ahí. Y realmente, sí llegamos to this level, pero me gustaría hacer más. I always tell people, I want my own TV show. If I exist, if JW, the Marine combat veteran, the New York police officer, if he exists, then he can exist on television.
That's really true. So my another question is, this one is based on Gotham. How important is the character Detective Alvarez for you in Gotham? How important is that to portray that character in the series?
It's incredibly important to do a good job with Alvarez, because Alvarez is a comic book character. It was created by Judd Winnick for the New 52 series, Catwoman series, and I'm the first human to ever play Alvarez. So I believe that Alvarez in the comics, what I know, he's a pretty formidable character. He does a lot of really cool stuff. He hunts the Catwoman. And so on our show, Selena Kyle, played by Cameron, she's not quite a woman yet. So I think that we have to wait a little bit more before Alvarez really becomes an integral part of the investigating of the Catwoman. Pero, a lo demás, more importantly, is that I represent a community of fellow Latinos, Boricuas, que me ven cada lunes a las 8 en Fox, and they go, wow, he's Latino. I can probably aspire to do the same thing. And if I continue to do a good job, I've been there for 3 seasons, then maybe one day they'll say, you know what, Alvarez deserves a wife. Let's hire a Latina actress. He needs some kids. Let's hire some Latino, actors, And now we're employing more of these very talented Latinos that are out there waiting for an acting role.
So my next question is how does it feel to be in your first Comic-Con, plus being here in Puerto Rico? How does that make you feel?
Oh man, it makes me feel, it's like a full circle moment for me, you never know, uno nunca sabe, lo que te trae la vida y what twists, turns in life, and you never know where you're gonna end up. You just try to do a good job, you try to be a good person, And along the way, beautiful things happen. And for me, this is such a beautiful moment. You know, I'm never going to forget my first ever Comic-Con. And again, to be here in Puerto Rico it's everything. I wish I was staying longer, to be honest with you.
Yeah, a lot of people that come to different cons from the States always say that they want to stay here a couple of days longer. Some actors actually, they come from vacation and they announce it, but obviously, you know, fans are like, just give them their space, you know. So what can we expect from the series Gotham in the future and yourself?
Alvarez still continues to be alive, first and foremost, which is nice, que no me han matado. Pero no, I think that what we're going to see a lot more of is we're going to continue to see a lot more of the villains, and we're not going to spend just 1 or 2 episodes with some of the villains. We're actually going to spend many episodes. So we're going to spend a lot more time with them. We're going to know a lot more about their backstory, and I think that's one of the things that the fans were critiquing about the show is we were wrapping things up too neatly in a 1 or 2 episode arc. And so that's one of the biggest differences of this season. The guest stars that keep coming on our show, like we have one coming on that's going to play Detective Gordon's father.
Oh, wow.
These actors are just impeccable actors. They've been around the business for a long, long time. So they just continue to elevate the quality of our show. And as far as for Alvarez, you know, he's a member of the GCPD. Uno nunca sabe, you know, lo que va a pasar, and who's going to come out, you know, come through the doors of the GCPD. So I'll be honest with you, so much of what happens on Gotham is still very much top secret. Okay. Even me, I don't always know what's going to happen until I get the script. But nonetheless, I'm having a great time and I'm enjoying the moments.
That's awesome. So my final question is, how do you feel as a Latino in the movie series industry? The fact that a lot of actors that are have a background of being Latinos, some of them have passed through discrimination because of their background of being Latinos, and how do you feel about that?
I mean, I think any injustice anywhere is wrong, obviously, you know. But what I say is, despite those adversities, we've come a long way. People always ask me, aren't you tired of being stereotyped? You're always playing the detective. I say, well, there was a time when the Latino was always in the back of the police car. Yeah. Por lo menos ahora lo estoy manejando, no? So I think that's number one. We should acknowledge that we've come a long way. We have much more to go. But the more important thing is that despite those adversities and those difficulties, there's tremendous opportunity. And I can't stress that enough. There's tremendous opportunity. There's no reason why we can't grab our own iPhone 6, iPhone 7, download some editing software. Why we cannot take matters into our own hands. So that if you want to discriminate on your project, that's your problem. But I'm going to create my own projects. And I'm going to borrow the words of Steve Martin, who said, be so good that they cannot ignore you.
That's really good. Those are strong words, really. But they're strong and motivation and words. Where can the fans find you in social media? Like that you can tell them, like, you can find me here, and give you support.
It's very easy. I'm a pretty straightforward guy. Everything's the same. Instagram, Twitter, everything is JW Cortes. Very easy. JW Cortes with the S.
Okay, so thank you very much, JW Cortes, for the interview. And I am glad that I got to interview. It's the first time I interview somebody from a series. So
I'm the first.
Yes.
¿Viste?
Yeah.
Qué rico, qué bueno.
Yeah. So thank you very much for giving me the chance to interview you, and thank you guys. And like I always say, keep gaming, stay respawning, and we'll see you in the next interview of today in Aguada Comic Fest.